Hello and welcome back to Starfox Adventures, Part 13, and in this episode, Fetch Quest!
Fetch the things!
Very specifically, we need to fetch the burning tree weed. I think what we're trying to do here is do... I think we're trying to... Yeah, I am jumping way far ahead, because... No, I remember. I had totally forgotten where the burning tree was. The thing is, the burning tree is right on the riverbank, and it takes me a little bit to find it.
Not the reeds. We're looking for the burning tree weeds, not the burning tree reeds. Where there are seeds.
I am going totally the wrong way.
You need to know he find the weeds.
Yes, I do.
Before you bleeds all over these plebes.
Starfox doesn't ever actually bleed in this game.
No, he does not. He only glows red. Glows red for pain,
Another Botham Dodd.
anger, remorse, confusion,
Regret.
remorse.
You already used remorse.
No, I didn't.
Alright, so each time you come back to Thorntail Hollow from one of the outside space missions, the world of Dinosaur Planet changes slightly, and it usually involves a small side quest. Either you get access to here's the burning tree leaf.
Found it.
The burning wheat tree. Now, yes, you can get set on fire from the weeds, and which is why you need to extinguish them first by smacking them with your stick.
Fire weeds.
I believe you need 3 in order to finish this fetch quest. And they have a relatively short life duration whilst they are out. I think it's like 45 seconds, I want to say.
I'm trying to think of...
I am not entirely sure.
I'm trying to think of what combination of chemicals would cause leaves to just spontaneously burst into flame and then continue growing.
Well, the weeds themselves have to be, a fire retardant. But the leaves that grow on them are certainly flammable. Or wait, the plant could actually secrete an oil continuously that allows it to stay lit.
Yeah, I would buy that. Kind of not unlike like a candle.
Right, but significantly more efficient than a candle.
Yeah, because whereas a candle, the wax is a finite supply. This very special tree, excretes basically an endless supply of this burning oil.
No, it's almost certainly a finite supply as well, but it's much more efficient on its conversion than a candle is. Because a candle, you light it and it's good for a couple hours to at most a day. Whereas fireweeds are apparently good for maybe up to a week, where we are not actually given all that much exposition on how effective these things are.
Oh, you're giving the whatstone a bellyache.
Well, we did give him some rock candy, so...
Oh, he's supposed to enjoy rock candy. He doesn't like it, he won't get rock candy.
He does enjoy rock candy. Just, he shouldn't have had the entire thing in one sitting.
You're right.
He should have broken off half of it and saved the rest for a later date.
Nobody brings me seconds anymore.
Well, that's because you keep eating all of your firsts.
Fire. Make signal.
There we go. We only needed 3.
The beacons mean so much to my tribe. Please take this. I believe it will help you on your quest.
Thank you, Random Thorntail.
Yes.
The Moon Pass Key. I know where we're going next.
Leads to the Volcano Force Point Temple.
Yep. We're going to Barrel Rush City.
Barrel Rush City. It took me a while to register
That's
that.
not actually what it's called, but you know that's the event that takes place there.
I think I understand perfectly. It's gonna be bullshit.
It's, to be perfectly honest, well, all but one of the action scenes, two of the action scenes in this game are, you know, mostly okay. There's only really two action scenes in the entire game that I have any issues with, and they mostly involve me being not skilled enough to deal with them.
Meanwhile, I don't think we've been in this area before.
We have not, and you can tell because it has stopped raining.
And it's a clear blue sky.
Uh-oh. That says Lightfoot Village. This is not the correct path that we need to be
Go
on.
this way to die.
So what have you been up to recently, Mr. Cloud?
Oh, well, I am still reading We the Living, as I had mentioned in other parts, probably scattered across the Rocket Rabbit universe. Now that I have briefly returned that to the library, I'm currently reading a book that's the title of which is called A Moose and a Lobster Walk Into a Bar. It is a collection of short, humorous stories, all done by one guy, and it's probably one of the most pervasive book of humorous stories in the Northeast.
I'd never actually heard of it, but I'm intrigued.
So, like some of these joke stories are so well known that we have a local radio show that does Stump the DJ. Stump the DJ is you have between the hours of 9 and 10, you have 1 hour to call in to the DJs, tell a joke, and if you can get the punchline out before the DJs figure out what it is, then you win a prize. And I guarantee you that some of the stories that I've read in this book appeared on Stump the DJ. And those were probably the ones that the DJs were able to figure out right away because they heard them before.
Well, is it are a majority of the jokes and stories in here are really common?
Common in what way?
As in well known throughout either your community or with other people that you've interacted with.
I mean, you could. If I started telling one of these stories, some people might start nodding their head and say, "I know how this one goes."
All right, so we have officially entered Moon Mountain Pass.
We're on the moon while we are on Earth.
Well, no, we're most certainly, not on neither of those places, but zoom effect.
Why do I remember this with an uncomfortable feeling?
Because you didn't spam the shield during your first playthrough.
Probably not. I don't think I ever used the shield unless I had to.
Wanker, somebody coming.
Why aren't you speaking dinosaur?
Probably because Fox can hear them. Somebody coming through a barrel.
Alright. During your first playthrough, this is very, very intimidating. And during every other playthrough, this is just, can we get moving, please?
This is it! We're in Barreltown!
Yeah.
Barreltown, USA!
Ouch.
This is ridiculous.
Now there are several important factors that you have to consider when it comes to this segment. Firstly, the barrels only hit you for 1/4 of your health. Secondly, you have a shit ton of invincibility frames for this segment. And thirdly, you run faster than the barrels fall. So, yeah, it's very easy to just skip through that entire segment without taking a significant damage.
It's just the trick is you have to be brave. You cannot be intimidated by the army of barrels.
And even if you are intimidated by the army of barrels, you have infinite shield. Utilize your shield.
Well, but the shield would slow you down.
It would slow you down, but you're immortal while you're using it, so...
But Fox cannot stand still and win. He must move forward and grin.
I suppose.
Death door.
scarab basket.
What a shortly lived character of whom we have gained minimal exposition. Guard 1 and Guard 2.
Yes. Ominous hole in the ground.
This way to Volcano Force Point. This place is kind of creepy.
It is kind of creepy, specifically because it's connected to a graveyard.
Because we're on the moon!
We are not on the moon.
It feels like we're on the moon.
Of course it feels like we're on the moon, because everything's blue.
I'm scared. Oh god. Crash Bandicoot platforms.
Actually, no. Those are Super Mario 64 platforms. Actually, no. Those are Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess platforms.
See?
No, we cannot deal with these fiery bats yet.
And now we're in the Fire Temple.
Yes, this is our first visit to the Fire Temple. We will be back here. As you can tell by the fact that we clearly cannot access most the other two halves of this area.
This really does look exactly like the Fire Temple.
No, the Fire Temple from Ocarina of Time was much more cavey. This actually has some industrialization going on.
Yeah. You know, now I'm thinking of the first boss area of Rayman 2.
I have never played Rayman.
I think what I must accept now is that all volcano areas look pretty similar.
Kind of. I mean, the volcano area between Ocarina of Time and Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong Country 2 looks very similar, but that's honestly the first major comparison that I can think of. Whereas this, I'll see that this looks a lot like the volcano temple from Twilight Princess, but as we've said, this is a Zelda game, so it makes sense.
Okay, refresh my memory. Which dungeon was the volcano dungeon in Twilight Princess?
I believe it was actually Elden Volcano, and that's the one where you got the iron boots, and it was important that you got the iron boots because the several parts on the ceiling were magnetic, and you needed to use the iron boots in order to sumo wrestle the mini boss.
Oh yes, now I remember. That was a good one.
Yes, to be perfectly honest, the boss fights in Twilight Princess are pretty goddamn awesome. I don't really care that much for the first encounter of the plant boss, but honestly, that's mostly because I had a pretty negative time figuring out one of the Gale Boomerang puzzles.
The boss fights in Twilight Princess definitely try to give more life to the bosses themselves. Give them more, like, personality.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Specifically Star-Lord. Star-Lord is a fucking amazing boss fight.
Or Zant. He's a crazy sword-swinging fool.
He is, but honestly, Zant is pretty much just a normal humanoid fight.
Yeah, he's very hasty.
Side roll.
Dun dun dun. You got to
And
hit them
charge strike.
all one at a time.
God damn it, Tricky, you're in the way. There.
Through the death door.
Through the death, everything you own through the death door, Fox. Yes, climb the ladder, break some stuff, and, well, I don't know.
You were doing
I tried,
you were doing
man,
it. You were doing it. You were rocking. That's what we do at Rocket Rabbit. We rock.
Oh, no, don't go up the ladder yet. You need to set the other one on fire.
Must
You're wasting
very
time.
slowly climb summit. Damn it.
Yeah, oh well.
Grub tub. Grub tub. Why are there grub tub growing on the stone?
Well, here's the thing. The grub tub are more animal than plant, to be perfectly honest. They definitely have sentience.
Oh, they're sentient, alright. They're fleeing. They're fleeing for their lives.
Flee from the fox.
After all, it takes a reasonable creature in order to take measures in order to save one's own life.
I forgot to set that one on fire.
No, there it is. You're looking right at it. You're getting warmer.
Unfortunately, Tricky isn't moving over to
Warmer.
it, so I can't have him set it on fire.
Warmer. Hot. You're on fire. Ah.
Alright, and in the next part, we'll be getting a staff upgrade.
Yay! Step.
Finish the ladder climb, Fox.
Step.
The ladder climb of shame!
Climb the ladder. Get the upgrade. Win games.